The heartbeat of a bow hunter beats with a desire and a thirst for adventure. It beats for the love of a sport in which you start by making things harder than they have to be. The heartbeat of a bow hunter intensifies their life as it embeds itself within those who feel its strength. It takes the dedication of time, energy, and the soul to the passion of the sport itself. A sport where strangers, young and old, new and veteran, can spend hours around a campfire reminiscing about adventures that are only minutes old. While we cannot define what makes the heartbeat of a bow hunter so unique, we can only say that we owe some of our greatest experiences in our lives to our participation in this amazing sport. Welcome to the Heartbeat.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's edition of Mountain Ops Presents The Heartbeat. We've got a jam-packed episode, and let me just tell you, it is awesome. We've got Shanyn and her cameraman Jacob in western Kansas chasing down gobblers. Then we've got Tyler Massey on a suburban whitetail hunt in Knoxville, Tennessee, and he drops an absolute monster. On this week's Butcher Block, Rick the Butcher shows us all how to make jerky the simple and easy way using Western products. Once we get over to our Home Cookin Hunter, wait till you see this award-winning cheeseburger he makes. It is out of this world. This week's Maintenance Minute, it's all about string care. And you better grab your wife's blow dryer because you're going to need it. Finally, this week in Kids Corner, we wrap up with picking out the perfect bow for your new archer. So sit back and relax and join us on this week's edition of Mountain Ops Presents The Heartbeat.
Shut up and sit down.
It's April 17th. We are in western Kansas. We're on our jerky hunt. We had a few come in today, but some mountains seemed to like the blind or something, so we regrouped and set back up the blind and got it covered up a little bit better here. Got a herd of cows, and Jacob's trying to call in. They seem to be responding, so we'll see if we get the turkeys. Talk to you later. Got him. Sitting over there, ran about 50 yards and dropped. Again, shot him in the frontage with my bow, but had to do it. Let's go check him out. Right in the neck. Ugh. Pretty bird. So we got my beautiful bird here in Ellis, Kansas with Jeff's Guide Service. Jeff was awesome. He took us out to tons of his land. We probably shed hunted probably 2,000 acres or so. Just crazy. We found some really good pairs, and then set us up on these beautiful birds tonight. Not only did I get my bird, but right after I shot my bird, Brittany, who we're also hunting with, shot her very first turkey. So this is my second bow bird, but had to shoot him in the front, and as you can see, the woundage is pretty good. Got him dead on where I was aiming and got the job done. Thanks again, Jeff, with Jeff's Guide Service here in Ellis, Kansas. See you later.
In this world, I find to get something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Some call it self-sufficiency. I call it reliability. And after the hunt, there's only one name I trust to pair my bounty. That's Western. From smokers to grinders, stuffers to sealers, knowing how the food on my table got there just feels right.
In the industry of coolers, there's only one name you need to know. K2. K2 coolers are a one-piece roto-molded design, making them the most durable, long-lasting cooler on the market. When you buy a K2, you're not just buying a cooler, you're buying a lifestyle. Real value, real cold. K2.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's Kids Corner. This week it's all about picking out the perfect bow for your son or daughter. Now this can be overwhelming, it can seem complicated. If you open up your favorite Cabela's or Bass Pro, you'll see anywhere from a half a dozen to a dozen different bows that are specifically designed to grow with your kids. One of the most popular bows, and the one that we chose as parents, was the Bear Cruiser. And the reason why is it adjusts from 5 to 70 pounds. We know that that bow can grow with our daughter. Because it has such a wide range, we're talking draw lengths from 13 inches all the way out to 30. So essentially this bow will last it could last her entire life, but let's be realistic. She's a girl and she's probably gonna want a new one every year. Now, for your son or daughter that's just starting out, think about going with an inexpensive recurve. What that's going to do is it's going to allow them to get their feet wet, let them develop a love and a passion for the sport itself. Then, as they grow, then go ahead and move them up to a compound bow. A compound bow is different because of the draw cycle. As you draw, there's peaks and valleys. Whereas with a recurve bow or a long bow, it's just constant pressure. So try to keep those things in mind as you're trying to select a bow for your son or daughter. Also, when budgeting for their first bow, keep in consideration things like arrows and a target. Those are going to add additional costs that you may not think of when you go to make your purchase. So try to purchase everything as a package, your bow, your arrows, your target. If you do that, your son or daughter is going to be happy and you'll be a lot happier as a parent. Until next time, this is Kids Corner.
Hi, welcome back to the Butcher Block. My name is Rick the Butcher Belinsky, and I'm here today to help you preserve your harvest and involve the whole family. That's right, today we're making jerky. We have some great products here from Weston to help you with that job. We have our Weston Dehydrator, our Weston jerky slicer, and our Weston marinade. Also, you're gonna have plenty of paper towels on hand, and don't forget, you need about 1 pound to 2 pounds of meat depending on the size of your dehydrator. We have a great dehydrator. It takes a couple hours to do it, about 145 to 155. And it's easy couple of steps just to do it. All you have to do is load your meat in the top of your slicer. Couple quick turns. And out pops the bottom, perfect jerky slices. Lay them out on your Weston rack. And you're ready to pop it in. All you have to do is set your temperature, set your timer, and you're ready to go. Then again, this is Rick Belinsky, the butcher with the Butcher Block.
Hi everybody, welcome to this week's edition of the Maintenance Minute. This week it is all about string care. Who cares? You should care. The last thing you want is to be at full draw in that moment of truth and the giant buck of a lifetime walks in front of you and all of a sudden you hear, and it's your string. This happens because your string gets dried out, it gets brittle, it falls apart. So here's how you take care of it in 3 very easy steps. Step 1. Take a sponge, little wet, little dry, and go over your entire string, clean all the old wax, all the grime, all the grease off of it. Step 2, take a high quality string wax and massage it into every fiber of your string. Step 3, take a blow dryer. Take a blow dryer and blow dry the wax in around your cams. It'll melt the wax, it's gonna seep into the valley, and you will not believe how much better and how much longer your strings will last because you do these 3 simple things. This has been the Maintenance Minute.
Serious hunters demand superior performance within their gear. Success in the field hinges on your ability to adapt to his environment. The tools employed for these adaptations define you. Out here, our reputation is what defines us. Muddy Outdoors. Serious gear for serious hunters.
In this world, I find to get something done right, you gotta do it yourself. Some call it self-sufficiency. I call it reliability. And after the hunt, there's only one name I trust to pair my bounty. That's Weston. From smokers to grinders, stuffers to sealers, knowing how the food on my table got there just feels right.
In the industry of coolers, there's only one name you need to know. K2. K2 coolers are a one-piece roto-molded design, making them the most durable, long-lasting cooler on the market. When you buy a K2, you're not just buying a cooler, you're buying a lifestyle. Real value, real cold. K2.
Hey, what's up guys? Home Cookin Hunter here. Today, we got an extra special recipe. Have you ever heard, man, I don't like venison burgers because they're too gamey or they're too dry? Well, not in this kitchen. Guys, today, I'm gonna show you all how to make an extra special burger recipe that'll blow your minds. All we're gonna need is 1 pound of thawed out venison bled in the refrigerator for 2 to 4 hours. That's gonna remove that gamey flavor that comes with venison burgers sometimes. So put this in the bowl. pat out your venison flat, and let's make a burger. So first, we want to put in a binder. Venison is very lean. We want to keep it together. We've got an egg, a beaten egg. We're going to use 3/4 of a beaten egg, not all of it. After that, 5 to 6 slices of some crispy, crunchy bacon, baby. Woo! Next, A1 steak sauce, son. Mwah! 1/4 cup. And we also use 1/4 cup of Worcestershire. 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 Then we're gonna take some onion powder, sprinkle it over the surface twice. Well, once. Then after that, we're gonna use some garlic powder. Not as much though. Then get our fingers dirty. So now we're gonna make our patties. Get you a 2.5 inch round ball. And I'm gonna lay mine in my Weston burger press. Keeps even cooking times and cuts down on the mess. Boom. Ah. Alright guys, so after this, after all our burgers are pressed, we're gonna throw them in the fridge for about 10 to 15 minutes. This is very important. Lets everything congeal and all the flavors to set in properly. So now that our burgers are stiffened up in the refrigerator for 10 to 15 minutes, let's take these bad boys, slap them on a preheated grill, and get to cooking. Okay guys, burgers are all done. I cooked these bad boys on the grill on a medium-high heat for 5 to 6 minutes per side. Then I slapped some cheese and jalapenos on there. And one thing you want to remember too, when you're cooking venison burgers, you always want to spray your grill down with some cooking spray. Just keeps the burgers from sticking to the grill. That easy. Okay, let's put one together. So we're gonna get this beautiful, delectable bag out. We'll throw some bacon on there. Boom. Then we're gonna get our toasted bun. Oh, excuse me. Some onion. A1 steak sauce. Tomato. And now, as is custom, we take a bite. Woo! Dang, man, that is good. Guys, A1 bacon butt burger made by yours truly. Give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Thanks for being in the kitchen with the Home Cookin Hunter.
So what we're going to look at right now is our follow through. Every time you pull back on your bow, you're going to want to follow through. So we pull back. And I'm not going to shoot because, well, I'm dry ordering right now. So I'm going to let it down. Easy. But when you're pulled back, you want to sit there, not hit your trigger. Once you let go, follow through with it. And hold it there for an awkward amount. What this does is ensures that you're holding that arrow still. You're holding that bow still, and you're not swinging around with your bow. And that arrow's not going to go flying off. So let's put that to good use on some practice shots here at 30 yards. I'm shooting 55 pounds. Hoping to get a new bow soon so I can go ahead and up that poundage. You guys like that poundage word, don't you? Poundage and clumpage and all the good stuff. Now if you notice there, you can see when I'm anchoring that I'm pulling my bow back way too high. That's something I need to work on if I'm not sitting down. If I'm sitting down, I've practiced more so in a ground blind than in a tree stand of pulling up and pulling back. So keep that in mind as well. It's going to keep your energy for your shoulders and your arms at maximum strength while pulling back in a smooth motion. doing that allows you to get obviously more control over your bow if you're holding it for a longer period of time.
Just got set up. This is day 2. This is hunt number 3. We're still after the 10 point, the 7 point. The temperature has cooled down just a little bit, so it's fairly comfortable out here. We had an encounter with the 10 point last night, but we couldn't get a shot at him because he was staying right to the right of the tree in this real thick brush, so we couldn't get a shot. But I didn't hunt in here this morning. I wanted to give it a break, just, you know, to kind of get our scent out of here and stuff. So I'm doing something different this afternoon. I'm solo filming, so bear with me on this. We'll see how this goes, but I'm pretty confident in it. I think I can get it done. So let's just hang tight and see what happens. I just smoked him. Whew. I just smoked the Big 10. That was freaking awesome. I just solo filmed my first bow hunt. That was freaking awesome. Oh man, I don't even know what to say right now. I didn't hear him fall, but the shot was good, so give him a few minutes and get my stuff packed up and go see if I can find some blood. I'm gonna review the footage right now. Yeah, awesome. So, I just got out of the tree. I came down here to where I shot the deer. My arrow's right up here. It is covered in blood, so it's a good sign. Like I said, I reviewed the footage, so I know it's a good hit. But that's a good sign. I'll set that right there. I'm gonna start the recovery. Bear with me because it is starting to get dark. And we are about to go through some of the thickest stuff ever. Oh, I see a dead deer. I see a dead deer. Right there. Here we are. One of the shooters I was after here on this property. Proud of him. A nice deer. Made a good shot on him. put the rage through the cage. Now the work begins. I do not know how. I'm going to get this deer out of here by myself. But he's definitely going on the wall. He's a nice one, so good way to start the year here in East Tennessee. Getting it done with a big, nice, probably 4.5-year-old 10-point. I thought he was a little younger, but I think he's going to go a little bit older for sure. So I'm pumped up. Awesome.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's edition of The Heartbeat. Tune in next week when in the Butcher's Block segment we talk about the various cuts of meat and where they come from on your animal. Don't look too far past the Home Cookin Hunter because it's all going to be about macho nachos. And hey, who can forget, we'll have another great episode of Kids Corner and our Maintenance Minute, and we're certain to have 2 unbelievable hunts. So until next week, stay safe everybody.